why are you with my husband at a motel? What is happening? Every weekend my husband goes hunting with his best friend, but he comes home with nothing. So I start to get a little suspicious, and I decide to take his crossbow, the arrows that go with it, and hide them under his seat to see if he calls me and says, hey babe, where'd you put them? Did you touch them? Did I leave them home? Well, he comes home, doesn't mention anything about the crossbows, doesn't mention anything about the arrows that I hid, and he comes home with nothing once again. So now I'm super suspicious of what's going on. So I decide to take our kids the next time he goes hunting and drop them off at my mom's house. I don't want to alert anyone because I don't really know what's going on yet. I leave them there with her. They're good. And I decide to also put an air tag in his truck so I can follow him. Well, turns out when I look at where the air tag is, the location where he says he's going to be, he's not there. He's 200 miles in the wrong direction. And I come to find out it's a motel. So now before I black out or go crazy or do something I'll regret, I decide to follow up. So I go to this motel, and when I pull up, the first thing I see is his best friend's wife's car. And I'm thinking the worst. Gorgeous body, beautiful face, Shakira-like hair, just something that walks out of a magazine. And while I'm in my thoughts thinking the worst, I feel a hand on my shoulder, and I jump, and it's her. And I'm thinking the audacity of this woman. And I start accusing her. I'm like, why are you with my husband at a motel? What is happening? We start going back and forth. And so after, confronting each other, she says, well, hold on. I gave my husband my car because his truck wasn't working. And she's also suspicious because her husband never goes anywhere without his truck. He'll stay home if it's broken. Luckily, her train of thought was a little more clear than mine. She's like, let's go talk to the front desk. Let's find out what room they're staying in, or if they're even here.
No!
We walk in, and we have to deal with the most southern man you probably have ever seen, and he looks like he's on so you can imagine. And of course, instead of helping us out, I'm trying to reason with him. I'm like, tell me what room they're in, please help us out. He's like, we can't do that. Finally, Trisha, his best friend's wife, is like, I'll give you $100 if you tell us what room they're in right now. Clearly their standards aren't that high. He goes, they're in 202. You make a left, go up the stairs. Of course, we trail it. We go up there. Immediately, we get to the flat. We're outside the door. I'm about to knock. She stops me. She says, no, because if you give them time, they can make this look. Whatever's going on, they can fix. We go back down. We go talk to our friend downstairs. But this time, he's not going to give us the key. He says, no, I can't do that, refuses, makes us leave. Of course, we walk out. We wait about 5 minutes. And then she realizes that he leaves the front desk. Faster than I could blink, she's behind the desk, grabs the key. We're back up those stairs, in front of the door, puts the key in, opens as quick as possible, and I'm just in a state of shock of what I'm seeing. I'm not even going to traumatize you guys with it exactly, but just imagine there are 10 other men from our neighborhood, all doing things that I won't repeat. She starts screaming. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening because my ex-husband now is the man I have ever met in my life. She says, we're getting a divorce. Me and her are now divorcing them together. We are taking the kids, we're taking the house, we want alimony, we want everything if you want us to stay silent. They agree to this. They're like, fine, we'll give you everything if you stay quiet about this. So we do. We're finalized, we keep everything. So 2 years later, before that, I'm just broken after this. I decide I'm gonna go to church because I don't know where else to put my faith. Everything I thought, the future I thought I had with this man, just gone. I go to church, the pastor gets me to open up to him. He's like, look, God puts things in people's path all the time. He works in mysterious ways, and sometimes it's just to test you. So, through church, I was able to heal. I actually ended up meeting someone. It's great. I am thankful for that part of it. But now fast forward 2 years later, and I kept silent, and so did she. But someone else in that group, another man who was there that night, their wife hired a private investigator, and everything that happened in that love ring came out. All of it, and I still got to keep everything. We love that for us, but it was a long journey, and honestly, I do. God works in mysterious ways, he really does, but to anyone out there, if so, maybe just be a little more than suspicious.
That was a messy mess, that was a lot. That was a lot to take in, friends. It's like you got a mess on the floor, but then just like toss some sauce on that mess. Like, you know,
Saucy.